Oh man, there you go. Can y'all hear me now? Mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me now? Mic check. One in the chat if you can hear me. One in the chat if you can hear your boy. I want to welcome everyone to another live. It's up there podcast, man. Big Loon. We got a lot to talk about today. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to my Patreon people. I know y'all can hear me over there. All right, I see y'all ones in the chat. Salute to everyone that's here today, man. I pray that everyone is having a good day, and chasing your dreams and hustling, feeding your family, whatever it is out there that you're doing. Salute to you and yours, man. Let the universe cover and lead your steps, right? We got a lot to talk about today. I'm looking at Metro Boomin. Number one, Metro Boomin is being dragged in the media. He just dropped Futuristic Summa. We do have a live call-in number that you see scrolling across the bottom of your screen, and we're going to start taking calls here in a minute. But I think it's interesting because Metro Boomin sold 18,000 first week. That number is very underwhelming for someone of his stature and status in this game. I think he made a couple of strategic missteps. One of those being he didn't incorporate anyone from the South in his rollout. They didn't stop by any podcasts. They didn't do any real media. And I do see him trying to, I guess, get over with Joe Budden and do some Joe Budden podcast stuff after Joe Budden said that the album completely sucks. And they didn't say it in those words. Of course, we do podcasts, so we know not to say your album's trash. But we can insinuate and allude to your album being very underwhelming, in which Joe Budden and his entire staff, or his co-host that was there that day, spoke to not feeling the project, right? They acknowledged that he was doing some regional stuff, but they also acknowledged the fact that it just wasn't good music to them. And then you had Metro Boomin, I guess, reaching to come up on the show. It's a very interesting dynamic in the media market. Also, Coffee, I see you said you clip. Make sure you DM me on one of the social sites. We definitely looking for clippers right now. I'm in a position where I want to put people in position to work for us and help bring in some supplemental income. So make sure you do that. But we're in a very interesting time, man, where you'll have a producer like Metro make an entire Southern Atlanta album, not include any Southern media, and then reach to Joe Budden to go and try to speak about it. Now, for people who don't know, Joe Budden is someone that I've gained more respect for. I've seen that he's been able to build something sustainable in the market. His Patreon thing is lighting the way for people like me, actually helping in my negotiations. And also showing a lot of people you don't have to do it inside of the system. I applaud that on a lot of levels, but also acknowledge the fact that they don't really fuck with the South. They do when they have to, but they don't necessarily give the South any benefit of the doubt. I just think the way Metro Boomin is handling this is completely burnt out, if you're asking me. I want to make something clear, right? I think people are stuck in 2018 or 2017, 16, and some even 2015 as it pertains to dropping these albums and not doing any press, any media. They're just dropping these things and throwing a album release party and thinking that that's going to reach the entire world and I guess promote the product. My question to people is, have you ever seen Apple drop a new iPhone and not run commercials as to what the differences are between this one and the last one? Apple doesn't even have to do that. They have a very loyal customer base, so they're not even in a position where they need to, promote what the differences are, but they understand that the consumers want to be informed. And so a lot of times Apple will do an entire seminar with some of the very minimal changes from iPhone to iPhone. For an example, they'll have an iPhone 15 and they'll do an entire seminar for iPhone 16. And the only thing that really changes is maybe the storage, maybe the camera is updated and it's a little faster. But they'll do an entire seminar, 3-day seminar, letting people know the iPhone 16 and da-da-da, right? And for me, when I see rappers drop projects, in particular like Metro Boomin, that's going to drop a regional project in which he's going to drag it all the way back to what we were doing in the South, in particular in Atlanta with the black boy, white boy, futuristic era, and they do no media, you missed a very, very valuable chance to do something great with the rollout, brother. The overhead would have been low. You got a bunch of C and D list artists, so the overhead would have been extremely low. You were in a position to be able to go and speak on panels. If it was me, I would have had all of those rappers in one room. We would have did a panel, or we would have went and done podcasts. I would have sent everyone out on different pods. Y'all go talk about what this era meant. Maybe dress like you in the early 2000s. Like, I would have done more to inform the audience that this is a themed project, right? Your equity in the culture isn't that great to where you can just drop something and be like, yeah, y'all go get it. Nah, my nigga, I just explained Apple's position as it pertains to contextualizing their products' new performance and their products' new features. So why would someone that's not as strong as Apple, and this goes to all rappers, let this be a lesson even to me and all of us, like, yo, bro, we got to do a better job at letting our fans and our customer base and our supporters and the people that are engaged with us, we got to do a better job at letting them know what it is that we're bringing to the game that's different than the last thing or different than the rest of the market. You cannot drop a regional album and then have no media, no press, no southern podcast, no southern platforms involved, and then think it's just gonna go. And so again, you get the Joe Buttons, you get the TMZs, they're stomping it out before it even gets legs. And so when I see Metro Boomin request to go up on Joe Budden, I said, bro, this shit right here so burnt out. Hey, this shit here burnt out, man. Nah, I mean, no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not rushing to have a relationship with these individuals at all, but I know my platform and my position is in the South and as far as in the game, right? Because they respect me all across this country. I get love every single spot I go to, but you know, I just think he dropped the ball, man. I wanna go back to making rollouts eventful. I want to go back to having people tapped in. I think a lot of times these new age rappers think that if they go on a stream with a young streamer, that's like an event for their rollout. And I've always told people, as much as I love streamers because my children love them and I'm starting to get into what they're doing and respecting what they're doing, as much as I respect what they're doing, something isn't right. Because if you're telling me that there's 100,000 people watching this stream and I just dropped an album, can you explain to me why the numbers are not going up in real time? It's just something I don't understand. Y'all give me a second. I know people are calling in. Y'all give me a second. We're gonna get to that in just a second. We're gonna let y'all call in just a second, but I know y'all see me. I know y'all see what's going on. We got a number across the bottom of the screen where we're gonna be taking calls. Again, if you're not calling about Metro Boomin's album, I don't want to talk about nothing else right now. We want to stay on topic because a lot of times my fans, they love me, my customers, my supporters, y'all love me. So what'll happen is when they get me on the phone, we'll go to talking about some other shit. Yo, Loon, I like what you're doing, man. I appreciate it. And I really, really, really appreciate that. But right now, we got an audience to entertain. I'm live on 5 different platforms. And so I don't really want to speak about anything outside of Metro Boomin's album right now. You dig what I'm saying? So if you got a comment, if you got a thought, like I'm willing to like debate it, or I'm willing to just have a conversation about the actual album. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the album, the rollout, the sales. I want to know how people feel across the world about the album. That's what we're here for right now. Now we're going to get to the Wack 100, Adam22 and No Jumper being sued. That's the next topic. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, the Wack 100 interview part 2, this is when the fireworks go off. You know, I seen a lot of people that were wondering like, yo, Loon, you taking it easy on Wack. And Wack is a dude who pulled up by himself on me. You know, I'm in LA. I'm out there wham doing a part. I'm out there fucking with Herbo. I'm out there fucking with the home team and getting into it with all the guys. And I hit Wack like, yo, let's sit down. He pushed up by himself. So Wack ain't hard to find out there on the West Coast, at least for me. If I hit him, he pull up. Now, the first part of the conversation, we just kind of laid the foundation. You know, it's our first time seeing each other. So we just went through a few things, talked about Cardi B, but we do get into some of the meat and potatoes in part 2. So I tell people to, if you're not on Patreon, sign up to Patreon. It's up there podcast. They're going to get that first, as well as with the Charleston White interview. You're going to see part 2 where we get into, you know, how, you know, his arc where he's doing the snitch thing, and how, you know, I don't want to give it up, so I don't really want to talk about exactly what what was said on that. So, yo, we got a lot of shit coming. We got G Herbo coming, Jose Guapo, Rich Homie Quan Dad part 2 is coming. We got another Dr. Umar coming. We got Bloody J. I got Wife and Lucci on the calendar. I got Lil Baby on the calendar. Like, bro, and then I got to go up north. I got to go do Breakfast Club, and I'm going to go get with a bunch of New York guys when I'm up there. So, like, yo, bro, we're in a great position. I got to do Pac-Man Jones show Monday, get him on the show. Let's talk about that really quick. Let me tell y'all what happened with Pac-Man. So, you know, and I'm sure me and Pac-Man going to talk about this on this show. So, you know, Umar Johnson was kind of going in on Dion on my show. So I went to posting clips of it on my Instagram. My phone go to blowing up. I'm talking about 5-6 calls back to back. I'm trying to work. You know, I'm in that work, and I don't really be answering the phone when I'm working because I don't want to be threw off. I really don't want to talk. And then it ain't a number that's popping up in my phone. So I answer, it's Pac-Man Jones. And he's screaming and hollering. I said, man, what is it? Who you, man? So, you know, I had to pipe him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand me? So we go there. We go all the way there. And I don't want to talk about it yet because I want him to be able to talk about it. I know he going to talk about it from a real perspective, right? We going to really get into it. So we go all the way left. It's lit. I'm talking about, nigga, it's fucking lit on the phone. I'm talking about, nigga, it's going there. He like, man, Dion just called me, man. Dion called me about you. I'm saying, what? I'm like, nigga, I'm defending Dion. No, man, he's hurting his feelings and da-da-da. He got respect for you and we all love you and da-da-da. So, bruh telling me, bro, you too big for this, bro. Everybody love you, man. Like, and Dion, you know, he in this situation. I thought Dion was cured and okay, so I didn't look at it from a standpoint of like, yo, nah, I mean, it's gonna do nothing, or it's gonna hurt his feelings, or he gonna feel a way about it. But nigga, he click in and put us, you know, he put the Dion shit together. I'm on the phone. They just saying how much they respect me and what I stand for and what I've been through and how I speak and all the shit that I've done. And they wasn't even asking me to take it down or nothing. They just wanted me to know that, bro, everybody watch you, bro. Like, and I'm saying, bro, like, I got so much respect for Dion, you know what I'm saying? And I look at him like a real OG in the game. So I told him, I said, bro, I'm gonna start promoting these clips just because I got respect for you. You know, I don't answer to nobody at all, ever, about nothing. Niggas is capping if they tell you Loon know what's going on with him. Cause Loon ain't, I don't know, man, please. But I gave him my word just because I'm saying the man's sick. And they gave me some more information that I'm not going to share. You know what I'm saying? Because that's for him to speak about and his family. You know what I'm saying? But I can't wait to me and Pac-Man get on the show and really talk about that moment because it got so heated. You understand me? You know, Pac-Man used to play for Tennessee. You know what I mean? And me and Pac-Man, you know, some of his people is some niggas that I got some real paper with. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, nigga, what, boy? Nigga. Man, you know what I mean? I'm talking about, bro, it's going to be funny when we talk about it. And I don't, you know, I ain't going to be extra because I try not to. One thing I know that words is black magic, bro. So I try not to, and I want my fans to stop that too. You know, I'm a scholar. So I don't want people to call me no street guy or nothing like that. Like, I'm a scholar, I'm a father, I'm a businessman, an entrepreneur. You understand me? Speak life into me. All that street shit talk, them niggas is foolish, dead, and miserable. You understand? So don't, right? And I know I'm a beacon of light for niggas that come from the inner city. If you notice, I don't stop saying street and start saying inner city. Because I want to appeal to black boys, even the ones that ain't out there selling drugs or ain't out there that grew up in the neighborhood that got a gang bang or fight their way out the school or fight after school. Like some of these dudes just come from the inner city. They just trying to walk a certain way. So I try my best to stop saying, Loon, boy, you done too much. You ain't no motherfucking street, nigga. And I don't want nobody calling me that. I'm a scholar, little boy. You understand? I done read 1,000 books on these boys, man. I ain't one of these little, man, please. I used to want to position it that way because I used to want niggas to know that if you is in the streets, grab hold of what I've done and know you can pull yourself out of it. But now I'm saying, I'm putting a curse on myself. That's what I'm telling you about, knowing how to maneuver through life and understanding how powerful words are. You know what I'm saying? Speak life on me, my nigga. Speak life into me. That's diminishing me. You understand me? We made it from that. You understand me? Not that we are there. We made it from that. So I always want people to know that, like, don't place me in that. But shout out to Dion, man. I didn't. You know, I don't never want my elders to think I'm disrespecting them because I'm a respectful young man. You know what I'm saying? I don't never want my elders to feel like, man, I've always showed you love. I've always invited you out here to fuck with us. Bro, just show us some love. Don't in this time right now, man. And then they gave me a few more tidbits of information. I was like, man, it hurt my heart. I ain't gonna lie. It hurt my heart, homeboy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm like, man, damn, Dion. Cause he one of them ones I got respect for. You know, but wait till y'all hear me and Pac-Man speak about it. I think it's gonna be a good conversation. And I think it'll probably come out in the next week or so. And I'm gonna get on his show as well. It says, somebody says, Loon, do you think Metro was doing the album for his organic core fans? I don't think Metro Boomin has organic core fans. I don't think he has organic core fans. I think Metro is a producer, so he can tap into a lot of different, markets. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think some of the rappers that he put on the album has organic core fans, right? When I even think about why they didn't do any press or media, it confuses me. I just can't understand it. You had a lot of these artists, bro. If it was me, we would have been moving around, especially just in Atlanta, just if we just had to do big facts. If they would have called me, I would have made room for them to drop around the time the album comes out. But what we would have needed to do is, hey, yo, Metro could have hit and say, yo, man, me, Young Dro, Waka Flocka coming to you. Me, Jose Guapo, fucking Young Dro and a couple of these other niggas, or they could have brought me and Big Facts together, and we could have done a whole panel with all the rappers that's on there, the new ones, the old ones, and put everybody in the room, and we just chop game about the old days in the South, and gave the fans who really understand the regional album and music something to push for. Because pay attention, everybody in the South with a platform like mine, I'm probably the only one speaking right now, but everybody in the South with a platform just sitting back quiet like, man, them niggas didn't come do nobody's show. Tear that shit down. They letting them tear it down. Only people really spoke on it was Joe Budden them, and they didn't give it any kind of favorable coverage. And the next thing you know, Metro is saying, yo, I want to come do y'all show. This is what's dangerous for y'all niggas. Y'all damn near is making it where a nigga got a shit on y'all to get y'all attention. If I was an up and coming nigga and I see the behavior of Metro to Joe Budden podcast, I would probably shit on him. I would probably shit on the Joe Budden. I mean, I would probably shit on Metro because it seems to be the only way them niggas is responding to you. You look at Academics, he's saying they flop. I understand Academics doing that because he's Drake homeboy, and you got to remember, Metro went at Drake. And now you sell 16,000 with a bunch of niggas on the album. I just think I think they didn't handle the rollout right, man. Make rollouts great again. That's my opinion. Yeah, okay. He says that that's a good point. He says that, do you think he might have looked at it that way? Though when he did other tapes, he didn't do a run either, that's different because he has major star power. When he did them other tapes, that shit was catered around artists like Future. Like Future is got so much culture equity, nigga. He don't never talk. Think about that. Future don't even talk in a sale 250. Know what I mean? Now at some point, Future gonna have to come start talking. He gonna have to come start talking, man. You feel what I'm saying? I got an office in ATL. Somebody says, Coffee says, any big podcast in ATL. I got a spot in ATL. Big Facts is in ATL. Revolt is in ATL. And a couple of other podcasts. But if you're talking about people with real presence in the market, you're looking for me and you're looking for Big Facts. 21 Savage got that culture equity as well. But what you also got to remember is their labels is doing shit on the back end. Right? So when he does the album with Future, he has built-in fan pages, built-in leverage with the label that's gonna press buttons without him even having to tell him to press the button, because Future is just that relevant. Also with 21, some of these people are just that relevant in the market to where they already have infrastructure across all these. I think Metro Boomin has one Twitter fan page. You see what I'm saying? When you look at Joe Budden, and that's why I was talking to P the other day, because me and P got something on the horizon, QCP. I was telling him the number one thing we have to work on is community. Everyone knows my face, my equity is good in the culture, but I gotta get the community right. I look at Joe Budden, and when he drops something, when Breakfast Club drops something, when a lot of these people drop something, their communities take it and they kind of push it for them. I've been getting all of this reach just off organic, just posting on YouTube, and it's gone. We ain't been doing no real other shit to even prop this shit up. And so I'm telling you that Metro Boomin doesn't have enough equity in the culture to jump out with an album like this without a big name like a Savage, Future, Baby, one of these niggas. And we ain't talking about on one song. We talking about Future was all over that last project. Savage was all over that last project. Like, people are gonna be interested in that based on them, not on him. That's my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now I feel you, bro. I feel you. I think that's a great point you make. You know, as far as he's probably spoiled by being next to Future and all of them. Now, here's the other thing. before I had got on here and I was muted, I looked up what Metro was from, and he ain't even from the South. And let this not be no disrespect to Metro, because I fuck with Metro, right? I like what he's done. I definitely like when him and Future is together. Future is one of the GOATs, in my opinion. I'm always holding down for the people that prop up the people that represent where I'm from, because even in media, if you notice, no Southern platforms ever make the list, no matter how hot you are, no matter how much you've done, no matter how much ground you cover. You won't make lists. They all are up north in Philly. And this ain't no war going on. This is just observation. This is just assessment, right? And if nobody can say it, I can say it, because I just had an $80,000 month on you, broke ass nigga. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't talking to no small fry. I've been locked in the last 60 days. I just had an $80,000 month. So I'm telling niggas that I'm watching, and I got the infrastructure that I don't have to buy down and just say what's politically correct. Now, I don't want to be disrespectful, because people I got love for people. And I don't want to put them in any kind of weird place. Right? But I'm just, I don't know. Somebody from Atlanta gonna have to call in and tell me maybe Metro moved around in Atlanta when he was younger, and maybe you came back and forth. I know you can be born here but spend out the most of your time here. So, but he's jumping out with this album, and it just doesn't feel like they rolled it out in a way that is conducive to the album selling a lot, and also the narrative being represented. Like, think about that. Like, your tweets are not gonna go as far as you think they're gonna go, my man. Like, you can't just tweet out like, yo, music is back regional, and think people gonna go with that. Now we gotta sit down and say, yo, what did this mean to Atlanta? Like, put some shit on the screen. Show niggas how T.I. used to dress. Show niggas, know what I'm saying? Like, get to it. Like, help the fans know what this means. This nostalgic feel that you're trying to bring back. Help them. Don't expect them to search for it. And again, my example continues to be Apple, one of the biggest brands in the world. Very minimal changes from iPhone to iPhone, but entire 3-day seminars just based on what that change is and why it's important to the market right now. I think he dropped the ball with that. Man, that nigga got the team for it. Someone says he may not have the team for it. Bro, what is the team for? You just make a phone call. Like, him, Baby J, Big Bank, they cool. Everybody know if you looking for me, you can get in touch with me through some of the heavy hitters in Atlanta if you ain't got my direct number. But all the big dogs in Atlanta got my number. Know what I'm saying? And also, you could be more creative with what you do. They could have sat down by themselves and just done a panel. They didn't even need me or Big Facts. It would have been good for them to do that, because we have to position Southern media to continue to rise on the ladder, knowing that we've always been ostracized. I was listening to Birdman the other day, and I'm like, hey, yo, Birdman really ain't never done a Southern show. Birdman will fly all across the country and go get on these shows. And he was on my calendar, but they ended up having to cancel the show what we was going to do with it. But I was going to ask him that, yo, why don't you be on Southern platforms? Like, that's something that worries me, bro, because it's people behind me that want to get in. It's people that represent the South, which is the biggest market in music. All of the rappers come from the South, and then they run other places to go and speak. Big Boy and all these different things, which a lot of times it's radio that makes them do that, right? They still feel as though radio, or here's what it is. They have someone telling them where to go sit at. They have someone telling them that, hey, you got to go sit with Big Boy, it's radio. Or you got to go sit with Bootleg Kev, is radio. Or you got to go sit with Breakfast Club, is radio. Yeah, man, but that's outdated. That's antiquated. That's old shit. You can do that, but you also need to go sit with Big Facts. You also need to go sit with this Up There podcast. I have the best conversations in the world. If you ask me, man, there ain't nobody got a one-on-one show like this right here. That's just if you ask me. You ain't got to ask nobody else if you ask me. Know what I mean? So, you know, I think Metro has the team for it. What's up, Miss Cat? I really appreciate you. You always in the building showing love, man. I really appreciate you. You said so. Someone says they got the South on lock, so they may not be trying to reach those regions. All right, bro. It just seemed like you having conversation to be having it at this point. They made an entire Southern album. How you ain't trying to reach the South, making a regional album? And you don't got the South on lock if you sold 18,000. And that ain't no disrespect to Metro. They're just saying the numbers ain't showing you got a motherfucking thing on lock. The numbers is showing that you should have done some media, some rollouts. What it is people are people are, I don't want to say lazy, but people are spoiled to where they'll do an album release party and then that's it. You know, they think the album release party and the pictures from the party, or they'll do a listening party and they think that's it. They've forgotten how important media was, and it's hurting the entire market. That's my opinion. Now reach the other regions. You read it wrong. Okay. Well, I'm saying if they're dropping a South album without including the people with the biggest platforms in the South, or speaking about the album in a way where people understand this is a themed project. Like, we taking it back to, y'all remember these days? Y'all remember this? Lean with it, rock with it. Y'all remember J Money? Y'all remember 36 O's? See, that's what I think making them wanting to do this, that ain't I and all that shit taking back off. You know, it's bringing that nostalgia feel back for them, and they're saying, yo, man, I remember that time. I remember those times, because them was important times for a lot of real niggas, even niggas in the game right now. But if they're not exercising their ability to use their platforms and roll this out in a way where people understand, yo, this is a nostalgic feel. It's like even when you bring back the flip phone, you gotta have a commercial or showing people Tia Kemp slapping that motherfucker down, because you got to bring back, why was people fucking with that like that? Like, you just got to bring back some feeling. You got to help people understand why you are positioning this product in the way you are, man. And we talking about selling product. We ain't talking about you just doing a passion project. Like, if you want to make money and you really want to help these artists, push this motherfucker, man, and do it in the right way. And y'all can call in. The lines are open. I don't even know the number because I just bought this phone just for this. So the lines are open, 213-425-1337. If you want to call in about Metro's album, it's definitely a situation where we will entertain your conversation. Yeah, Metro Boomin is a phenomenal producer. He just, I think that it's not just Metro, it's the entire market that I think has stopped doing eventful rollouts. I think the rollout is taking a back seat. People just think you can do like an album release party, maybe a party in New York, a party in Atlanta, a party out west, and everybody know the album out. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these platforms matter. We have real fans. Like, I have all organic reach. We don't have no fluff on our numbers nowhere. It's literally organic reach, and we do millions every month. Millions of views every single month organically, without a community, without anybody clipping for us, just dropping it, and it's just doing millions and millions of views every month. That's damn near unheard of, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? So I know that when we button it up, we 10x our project. And I was telling P that the other day, like, bro, when I see Joe Budden, nigga, 20 million a year, million a month on pay, man, what, nigga, we got to button this thing all the way up. Nigga, I got work to do. It's up there, podcast, Big Loon. Who is this and where you calling from?
Big Loon, redhead truck, man. Talking about Maryland.
What's going on with you? What's your name, brother?
My name Chuck, brother. I will put you in the chat.
Big Chuck, Big Chuck. How you feeling about the Metro Boomin Futuristic Summa album?
Well, from a fan perspective, first, I don't think the rollout is necessary for them long. You know, they have to do so much to get artists to go on the run, much versus just a organic fan base that's listening to Boomin. You know.
You say you don't think the rollout is essential for them?
Not I can't necessarily. It's not essential for them.
So
it's like.
Go ahead.
It's too much for them to go through as far as artist perspective. If you think about it, it's a compilation. So they have to make sure Guapo don't got nothing going on. They have to make sure this person don't got nothing going on. So they can hold an interview. And
so let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. Now, I'm gonna disagree with you because you're putting out an album, and also a lot of these artists. He only got one song, I think, with Baby and a couple of them like A-list artists. Most of these artists are C&D level artists at this point. They got a wide open schedule. Matter of fact, they're in New York together right now. So you got Young Dro, Guapo, Metro, all them niggas is moving around together. And also you don't have to travel to get it done. You can get it all done in Atlanta. People have offices in Atlanta. Like I said, Big Facts is there. I have an office there. Revolt is there. And also you could have done a panel with them, just them sitting down on their own time before the album came out, chopped it up into 4 or 5 different parts. But you cannot come out with a different sound like this, right? This is a completely different sound that's in the entire market and not explain what you're doing. That's in my opinion. To that, what do you say?
Not to cut you off, but that was why I had said something about core fans, because he based the album 2000, so 2010, the early 2010 on up. So it's like when you grabbing demographic, when you grabbing them people that's that core fans. So when you open up Apple Music or what platform anybody use and you see throw Boomin, you're gonna automatically know. You know?
Yeah, but it doesn't show that. The numbers don't show that. It sold 18,000. So the numbers don't show nobody's automatically buying it. And then what happens is when you don't do that, you give the people who make their money from speaking, like me, like the Joe Buttons, like the Elliot Wilsons, the Rory Mars, you give them an opportunity to take the other side of the argument and stomp the album out. You see what I'm saying? So you had TMZ drop something that said, yo, this is a very lackluster project. You got Joe Budden going out saying this is trash. I don't know what the fuck this is. And many more outlets were speaking on the other side of the album. Again, it's almost like if you putting sugar in my food and not telling me. Like Metro Boomin has a core fan base, but for a certain sound. This was a nostalgic sound. This was taking it back to Atlanta 2008 and 9. He could not just jump out like on some, yo, here we are. It's like people gonna listen like, whoa, what the fuck? Pop out, how? You know, they doing all of that. Niggas is saying, man, what the fuck is this? And they stomping it out. So what I'm saying is, you got to kind of put a red tag on it. You got to come out. Now, some of these niggas don't got to do media. You know what to expect from them. Like when a Future drops, you know, yo, Future, this is his style. But if Future decides to come a totally different way, I would say it's a misstep for him not to explain like, yo, this is like even with Drake, he never does interviews. But when he was doing Honestly Nevermind, he let his fans know, hey, man, you know what I mean? I'm doing something different with this one, because you know that if you don't say something, your fan base doesn't have nothing to run with, and the other side gets to just stomp the album out. And he has an 18,000 first week sales, which I think is very underwhelming for someone of his status.
That field day for the other side, like
yeah. Right, because you know how we are. Go ahead.
Look, like it's hard for me to. I can't necessarily say that because he don't do it, so you don't hear much from Metro. No.
Right, he don't. No, listen. Yeah, but he doesn't do interviews. You're correct on that. But again, brother, it's about what you're doing. If you're jumping out with all these C-level artists, some of these dudes are cold, some of them ain't been noticed. It's like you got to use your position and celebrity.
How many of these guys knew they was going, not to cut you off, but to cut you off? How many of these guys knew they were going to be on this album and they didn't promote it though? Because he just do the beat, he just the production stuff.
But they don't have the relationships, brother. He's the man. They don't have the relationships. They can't call some of us and be like, yo, we want to get on the show. If Metro Metro got to make the call. I'm in this, so I'm telling you, Metro got to be like, I'm involved with this, bro. Like, even with me, certain niggas, like, I can't even get in certain rooms without certain people making the call. You know what I'm saying? So niggas can't just show up on these platforms. It's like, yo, you gotta, Metro gotta be involved. Like, yo, I'm gonna call Loan or I'm gonna call Bank them. I'm gonna say, yo, this what we doing, bro. I want to send bro over there to talk about the album. And you can't just send the C-level nigga. You gotta send him and Dro, or at least send somebody that's gonna make it make sense. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they just gotta be coordinated in their efforts, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Man, hell yeah, I appreciate you, man, taking my call, brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate the love.
For sure, bro. Keep going.
Thank you so much, bro.
For sure.
No. Y'all can call in. The number's 213-425-1337. Somebody can drop it in the it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen if people don't see it. And we're gonna have a conversation. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from y'all. Y'all tell me. I do think that, you know, I like some of the songs on the album. I ain't just shitting on the album. I like some of the songs. I just think they didn't handle the rollout in a way that helps the album. And maybe he didn't want to. Let's see who this is. This is Big Loon. It's Up There podcast. Who is this? Where you calling from?
Man, this is Kendrick, and I'm calling from Kentucky, man.
Shout out. What's going on with you, my brother?
Man, what's up, Loon? I feel like that Metro album, he should be proud of his 8,000. That's not a bad thing. Getting confused with the 18,000 port.
Say more.
It's literally a producer album. He expected to come out to the mainstream industry with an album full of OD-list celebrities. A lot of people know who they are. A lot of people know what they're talking about. But these rappers is washed up. You heard them in damn near 10 years.
Right. A lot of them have not been active in the market. You right.
Yeah, and I feel like Metro's star power is strong enough to carry a whole album to 100,000 first week type album, especially with the people you got. Like, your producing tags and everything you did, that's based on you being a producer, not as a curator. Just because you can good beats don't mean you can curate a great album.
Right. And like I said, I think some of it is them saying the young LA beat start back taking off, the rich kid shit go viral on TikTok and start back moving. I think that a lot of us in the South and in Atlanta, they're seeing some of that and like, oh, maybe there's a fan base for that. And it is, but you got to tap into it the right way, right? They had no TikTok campaigns. They had nothing moving, bro. And I just think that's a misstep.
Lou, let me ask you a real question, because I know it's been like a year now. Do you think like the battle kind of shifted like the way people look at music now?
I think it split fans up. I'm not sure if it. I don't know, man, because I saw a stat the other day where Lil Baby is out streaming the NBA YoungBoy, the Playboy Cardi. He still has a presence, you know, with his core fans that's still streaming his album. But I do think it sucked the air out of the room, man. I think that the Drake and Kendrick thing, it did something to the market. It kind of put shit in the food, man. You know what I mean? Okay. I think it affected things. What do you think about that?
I was gonna say like before, like yeah, we say the Kendrick and Drake things, but I was having a conversation right before the beef, and I was kind of questioning where rap was going, because at the time before the beef even happened, if people pay attention, rap was kind of in like a slump. Everything that all our rappers was locked, people was dying, rap was really like going down.
So I wonder if this is the effects of that post beef of like, yeah, Drake out the way, they got Drake out the way, Kendrick still gonna do what Kendrick do. Like the top three still gonna do what they're gonna do. Is this just like the water clearing up and seeing like everybody's just falling off?
You know what else it is? The business changed. That if you remember, a lot of the labels and shit downsized. There was Atlantic did a whole restructuring, Universal, all of them, they fired most of the teams. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's now in the artist's hands.
Pop-up label, we start getting pop-up labels,
right?
And shit that just start popping up.
Yeah. So it's now in the artist's hands, bro. He has to do some of the jobs that people that in those buildings were doing. Sometimes in these buildings now, brother, they don't even have the powerhouse marketing team that they had before, or the team that reaches out and getting you on, daytime television. Like, you got to go and hire some of these people and start to push your brand like a label, man. Because I was talking to OMBPs. I don't know if you've seen that episode, but he was telling me that when they did the change and they brought in Lucian Grain's son, man, they fired damn near everybody. And on his way out of 300, they were trying to take his Glorilla song. Like, they were trying to make him sign over the Lay Down song to where they could have ownership over it, because they were in a desperate need of, because if you know how these quarterly calls go, they have to explain, we got 5 hits in the top 10, we got 15 in the top 30. Like, they want to have stats next to their name. And I think that even with the battle, even pre-battle, I think the business changed in a way too that affected how we view rappers and how we get the music, and also how we're receiving their brands. They used to spend a lot of money with blogs like Academics and a Shade Room. You don't even see a lot of rappers getting those collaborative posts anymore, where they just like, this new album was fire, or lifestyle posts across socials like Seed in a lot of these things, man. I think the business changed as well. Is that due to what?
Is that due like to see like people not go to the Academics or do the Real Stars or the Say Cheese? Is that due to like people want to see in real time as in streaming?
I don't know, man, because I've always argued that I don't see the value in streaming outside of visibility. Because my argument on that is, if there's 100,000 people watching Cassinet stream and I'm here on album day and he's telling people to go listen to the album, and I still only sell 30,000, or here's what I've always said. If I'm premiering a YouTube video and I'm on a Cassinet stream, and salute to Cassinet, I got love for them dudes, but business is business. If I'm on a Cassinet stream and there's 100,000 people in here and we're premiering a YouTube video and we don't see 50,000 people in there watching it, or we don't see the views gradually go up in real time, there's something off with the translation. It just seems like there's no conversion from streaming. It helps with visibility, but far as conversion, I don't see it. Like with Breakfast Club, you will go on Breakfast Club and literally sell more books. Like, that's a known fact. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so sometimes I'm worried that not only do I know that there's a lot of botting and streaming, but even the conversions are not as lucrative as people would imagine, man. Like,
but, okay, look, I understand. I know I can't say too much. I know you fuck with Breakfast Club and Charlamagne and all that. But do you think that's kind of the same too, though? Like, I don't really see conversion deep like today. I don't. I don't. Today.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like, I haven't been paying attention, but I would argue that is still one of the more impactful brands and impactful spots that you can stop in the culture, like in reference to them or versus them with a big boy. I would still say Breakfast Club will move the needle more than a big boy. Or if you go and sit with Bootleg Kev or some of these other radio stations that have the YouTube visibility, I still see them being at the forefront. Now, is it the same as it was when the Birdman days and the Dame Dash days? Like, I would probably say no, right? But I still think that there's value in sitting there because people continue to go there.
But not to be on fan shit, because I'm on the phone with you right now. But I'm just saying, like, it's more beneficial to me to go answer real questions with Loon than me on No Jumper intro.
Now, that's a fact.
It's more beneficial for us to do that. So it's like I don't know if it's I don't think it's the industry pushing. I don't think you need the machine behind you necessarily. I think it's the we getting the content from. I feel like we just growing out of it.
No, and it's also too much content. And also thank you for that love. But even with a no jumper, that's not, people don't look for that. Like, I think people look at that almost like a Zeus network. You know what I'm saying? Like a low budget Zeus network or something where they're like,
it used to be a staple though.
Right. Yeah. But he's changed the business model to now where it's a lot of infighting. They got the feds involved and motherfuckers is getting sued. Like he done turned it upside down. Now I don't know how lucrative it is, but I will say that I don't see it the same way that we saw it when the Triple Lexus was going on there, or the early days of a Tekashi interview, and he has 5 million subscribers, right? So you would think that it's value there, but I don't see the conversion from no jumper being what it was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I think that they've now changed their shit to be messy, and nothing comes from that messy shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to have real conversation, and also you got to have a real fan base. Like, all of my people, the people that watch me, they're interested in conversation, and they want to, oh man, I like dude now, man. I like he was up there handling his business and talking real shit. Like, I'm gonna go listen to his album. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's rare to get that in this space, bro. We're an anomaly in this space, because a lot of people don't have those kind of conversations, and they don't push back in a way where it's not combative. Like, even when I push back. Go ahead.
How do your platform and like a platform like a Big Fact push through that? Like, how do y'all push through the mirrors and the ceiling about that?
Well,
that's what hurt. That's like you said, what hurt Metro's album. Like, he didn't come to him.
Yeah,
you didn't go to a Big Fact.
Right. Now with Big Facts, I can't speak on because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? They have 3 people, so it's a little different. When it's with me, it's like damn near like a Joe Rogan kind of conversation. You get one-on-one and nigga get to see what you about. And in hour 2, that's when you really get the real person. They ran out of their talking points. They ran out of the shit that they would usually say, and we really get into what the meat and potatoes is. You know, Big Facts, they usually just do a 60-minute interview and they get you out of there. When you come to me, bro, we're really trying to build something and build on the conversation where the fans can really have an intimate moment with you and get to know who the fuck you are better, and also let you answer for some of the things that you may have said, done, or how you've positioned yourself in the market. You know, so I never worry about the glass ceiling because I know that the love I get and also the opportunities I get, I don't have my overhead is extremely low. I don't have a co-host. I own my building. I own my spots, right? So, and I'm one person. So I've always known that I'm in a Joe Rogan lane. All I got to do is button up the businesses in all aspects and get the community rolling, and then we out of here.
Like, for example, like when you did that baby one, nigga was like, who the fuck is this? Where did this come from? Right. But it was so important. The conversation was so important that it stuck, and a lot of people had to keep coming back.
Right.
Like, it's shit.
Yeah, baby hit me yesterday. We finna do another one, and I got Lucci coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like Lucci, his CEO hit me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we gotta get bro with you. So that's what I mean. People know that the one-on-ones I'm gonna give you is just valuable in this day and time, bro. And I'm blessed to be able to get that to y'all, man, and just thankful people enjoy it. But baby hit me 2 days ago or yesterday and was like, bro, it's time to run it back. So we finna sit down again. Yeah.
Because hey, I ain't gonna lie, we definitely thankful for the content. We need it, like
for sure,
I
bro.
Feel like I feel like we need you to keep on like reaching out to them, man. Reach out to everybody. I want to see Key Glock, everybody on here. I want to make. Yeah, I know you're gonna answer some questions.
Yeah, Key Glock hit my people. They was in conversation. I think they said when he get off tour, he want to come through. So we definitely been in conversation with them as well. So, but yeah, now man, we get a game what it need, man. I'm just lucky and grateful that people love it, bro. Like you say with the baby shit. When I pop out with baby. When I first started, everybody was like, nigga, nobody ain't having conversations like this right here, nigga. Know what I'm saying? And that shit stuck.
They try to wipe you off, and they couldn't.
Nah, they couldn't.
Try to wipe you out that bitch, and they couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't. They couldn't.
Too valuable.
Yeah. It's the value in it, bro. And God is good. You know what I'm saying? We just keep pushing, and we gonna keep giving y'all what the real shit, and we gonna keep having those kind. And then think about this: I go from doing a baby to on stage with Umar, and at this time nobody was pushing back on Umar. I probably was the first person to push back on Umar in a way where the fans was like, man, this nigga is pushing. You know what I'm saying? And Umar was up there going. So,
And that's what we enjoy, man. And I enjoy your other side, though. Like, I like the rapper shit. I like when you get into the numbers and the meat and potatoes of this shit. Like,
for sure.
What the fuck are we looking at?
For
Keep
sure.
doing that, Lou. I fuck with you, man.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Let me catch this other call. Thank you so much for the love, brother.
Yes, sir.
Love. It's up there, podcast. Big Loon. Who is this? Where you calling from?
Yo, this is Paul, man. Coming out of I'm coming out of NYC, but I'm in H-Town right now.
Salute to NYC. Salute to H-Town. How you feeling about Metro Boomin album, brother?
Yo, it's to be honest with you, it's all right, man. But it's regional. But one thing, like you said, Metro should be really fucking with the radio stations in the South. He should have promoted it. He would have got definitely more love, man, out of it.
Right.
Created like a whole vibe.
Yeah, and we also would have been able to, position narratives next to it. Everybody's sitting on their hands because they're like, yo, they tearing it down. We ain't got nothing to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's even speaking up on behalf. Nah, y'all, this nostalgic, nigga. In 2010, look, reposting this song, showing this song. Hey, this what they were doing. This what we were going for. Everybody just sitting on their hands like, man, that nigga ain't, you know what I mean? So let him live and die on his own.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Metro, right? Because right now, like you said, the landscape is switching up. People consuming content a lot different. And I think the music portion of the content is switched up a little bit. People more, they want to hear like you talk. You know what I mean? That option actually opened up in the past couple of years.
Yes.
We hear more people that look like yourself talking, so people more gravitating towards that. So Metro got to compete with that. And also, I'm down here in the South now, and I'm realizing like, y'all don't really take too much of advantage of creating your own media hubs. Like it should be a lot larger than what it is. There's way too much culture down here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's part of the issue, bro. That's why I'm speaking on it, right? In my position, I got deals. I'm important to the culture. So if you notice, nobody else speaking on it. They just don't. Either they don't know or they not speaking on it. But I'm saying, yo, we are the South. If you look at all of the rappers who or top 10 or top 20 or top 30 as far as sales, they're usually Southern artists, but they go other places to do their media. And unfortunately, that hurts us, right? With me, I got relationships with A-list artists, so I've been able to be positioned in a way where I can do both. But a lot of these people need a look from Metro. They need that look from Future. They need that baby look. They need some of them niggas to come through and fuck with them to validate the program. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, a lot of the fans are dick riders, man. If you don't get the moving right, they ain't gonna try to listen to you. You got to fight for people's attention span, bro. Like you said, when you get in your car, you can put on a podcast, you can put on a book, you can put on Breakfast Club, Loon, music, YouTube, fucking comedy special. Like you got so much to choose from. You got to make a motherfucker say, when I got some time in my day, I want to hear what Loon them were talking about. You know what I mean? So that's part of it, man. But like you said, a lot of
Loon,
go ahead.
My bad. Let me hit you off with this, because you said they go up north and they promote all their records or whatever.
Yes.
Coming out of NYC, I'll be honest with you. When they go up there and they do that, they're promoting it to a bunch of I would say soccer moms bringing their kids to school. Most of NYC people take the train. It's a unique place in America. It's a very unique place. Most kids, they get free bus passes or train passes. They can go anywhere they want in the city. They ain't really listening to radio like that. That's where you see artists like A$AP Rocky come out of nowhere. You see him with the Houston vibe. Most young kids in NYC today, they're inspired by the music off the internet. That's why when Atlanta rised up, you saw a lot of New York artists kind of imitate the sound. Because a lot of these kids, they're on the internet. They're not on the radio no more.
That's a whole fact.
Yeah, so sometimes when you speak about like NYC and like the people up north are against, you know, some of the people down south, it's really about the corporations. You're speaking about the corporations.
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm never speaking about. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Like,
it's not the people.
And also, no, it's not the people, and I hope it don't come off like that, because that's not what I'm speaking about, the companies. But what I'm also saying too is that a lot of these new age artists are just fans of Jay-Z and all of them, and they stamped the Hot 97, right? If you look at a Breakfast Club, they're the only people that really got a Jay-Z interview and a Dame and all these different people. So people will run there thinking, man, that's where the big dogs was at. It's the same feel that the Grammy gives. Like Michael Jackson had one of these. I got to get a Grammy. No matter what you have to go through, no matter if they shun you, if they're racist, they don't give a fuck, because they're just saying that, yo, some of the best artists in the world sat right there. And that cosign is what I'm speaking about. Is in the South, even though a lot of the artists come from the South, they won't give that cosign to the media in the South. And that's why you always hear me speak up for Baby, or speak up for some of these people who came and helped me and positioned me in a way like, now he one of the ones in the South. And like, I can never repay dues back for that. Although I did a lot of hard work, it takes for some of those big guys to come and put a cosign on it to where people say, oh, I saw the Baby interview, man. I got to get on that motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's just how it's working now.
But Loon, it's not just a rap thing. It's a cultural thing. Us black people, we got a tough time fucking with our own kind first, and then make the wave. And then everybody come through and want to join the wave. That's how it is. Right.
But that's why we got to speak out against it. We got to speak out against it and raise awareness that that's what we're doing. Because sometimes we're just doing what was passed down to us. Sometimes it's non-conscious, it's unconscious behavior. And we got to say, hey, man, hey, we ain't even fucking with our own. What y'all doing? Pay attention, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we got to raise up and scream that so niggas can say, damn, because I know Metro and them going to see this because I'm powerful in the South. So I know niggas going to be like, yo, Loon on there, man, they already watching my story when I'm posting shit. So I know somebody going to say, Loon saying y'all bullshitted with the roll. Like, yeah, why y'all didn't go sit with no niggas in the South? Like, if y'all going to do a Southern album, why wouldn't y'all sit with somebody in Atlanta and say, yo, remember this, bro? Remember we used to go to Crucial, niggas had the shirts on, remember this song, and drop that 36 O's, or drop that Ain't I, or drop some of that shit to let people know this is the era we taking it back to. But just to jump out and throw it in people's face, people is like, especially them up north people, is like, yo, what the fuck is this? And them niggas got big platforms, bro, and a lot of influence.
Hold up. With Joe Budden, that's the thing. Metro only responded to Joe.
Exactly.
Joe was a certain era. He's a certain era of NYC cats that like grew up under Jay-Z. But the generation like me behind them, we see shit completely different. We grew up on the internet. So right now, Metro's the same way, just like me. He's trying to appeal to the wrong generation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also, Joe, no matter if he's the era under Jay-Z, he has large platform and influence. So when he says that, the people that listen to him and rock with him and a lot of his fans they stomp the fucking project out. They just be like, oh yeah, that shit trash. Then when they see a 18,000 first week, they like, yeah, ain't nobody listening to. Now here we are. Now you got to pull the project out of the mud when you could have started from a better place. That's all I'm saying. If you would have done it the right way, you can start from a better place. And even with a Joe Budden saying that, you maybe could have even raised awareness that he knew what you were doing and what era you were taking it back to, right? But you started from a place of neutral, and that wasn't good as it pertains to your product. Like I said, look at Apple, bro. The new iPhone ain't got that many different features, but they're gonna do a 3-day seminar to say, yo, the camera is this, and you can zoom in and press the screen and do this. Like, they're gonna let you know how the product is different from the last product that they put out. And I'm just saying rollouts are still important, even though in a lot of those buildings and corporations, they've cut a lot of staff. I think, like you said, they're appealing to the wrong people. He responded to Joe Budden. He gonna go up there and try to explain, and it doesn't. Yeah, and it doesn't even affect anything. Joe is still not gonna get it, and still not gonna listen to it. Period. That's for the South, bro.
Let me ask you a question about Metro.
Go ahead.
In the South, could he find a spot with open arms that's gonna welcome him kind of from the media side, welcome him in with open arms and not try to clickbait him with the type of clickbait questions.
No, listen, yeah, I told you, me and Big Facts, but also on top of that, who are you not to speak to the things that you've done or how you positioned yourself? We just saw Offset go on Joe Budden. He know them questions coming. He even had one point where he told Flip, like, yo, come on with the question, bro. Like, what, come on, drop. You like they know, bro, you can't just throw rocks and hide your hand. Like, if you done something, let's speak about that and get it water under the bridge. Now, if they keep bringing it up, that's one thing. But to do a lot in this market, in this space, and have fans that want to know where you stand on things and then don't want to speak about that, I think that's even some burnt out shit. You know what I'm saying? And me, if you know me, I don't do clickbait. I ask the questions, and if you can't just tell me anything, so it might get to a place where I got you up against a wall, but that's because you're trying to feed me bullshit. But I ain't doing no clickbaiting. You know, I might have to ask him about Drake. Like, what does he stand with Drake? He need to have a fucking like a politician. He has to have something that he knows that's coming and the way he's gonna respond to it. Whether that's next question, bro. I really don't want to talk about Drake. We move on. But I got to do my job as a journalist in this market as well as him to promote his product.
Yeah, let me ask a question. Down south, do people value the media as much as people up north? We still talking motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, and I would say yes because, you know, in the South they listen to all the same podcast. We all listen to the same shit. Joe Rogan has a big Southern audience. Big Southern audience. You know, I would imagine Joe Budden does, Breakfast Club does, I do. Like, we're listening. It just got to be worth something. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be look-a-horn and talking bullshit. They want to hear the real shit. You know, and have good conversations. Now, do the artists appreciate Southern media like they should? I'm gonna say no.
Hey, maybe just Atlanta. Maybe they just appreciate Atlanta.
No. I'm damn near in Atlanta. Like, bro, all the big niggas in Atlanta fuck with. Like, I'm damn near Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from Tennessee, but I'm damn near bro, like, my first interview was Baby. Like, so I'm one of the niggas that Atlanta love and respect. They roll out the red carpet for me. So I'm telling you that a lot of the artists that, you know, we don't necessarily get those looks. Like a Kevin Gates will go to a Breakfast Club and a Theo Vaughn, but you won't see them on a Big Facts or it's up their podcast. And I have them on the schedule for October. We'll see what happens, right? But you know what I'm saying? It's those kind of things I'm saying where they'll go sit with Big Boy, but ask yourself, where are they sitting at in the South? Nowhere.
And like you always say, man, you said desperation breeds innovation. I feel like on the ground level in the South, everybody got to come together as far as the media side and start from the ground up and be innovative and create a wave. So then everybody want to come down and come check it out. That's the only way. Because up north, most of the media is very corporate. It's very corporate. They don't represent the people. They don't play the music that the people are asking for. They don't play the local music. They don't represent the people. So,
right.
You know, sometimes it's a misconception that up north they're only fucking with a certain sound. Nah, it's a corporation.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying, right? I'm never saying the people. I'm saying the platforms. So I'm never saying the people, it's the platforms, it's the Breakfast Clubs, it's the Hot 97s, it's the Apple Musics, it's the Spotify's. Like, those people are always have access to artists that they didn't help lift up, right? We could be the people that help lift some of these guys up and they don't circle back. For an example, I had Rob 49 coming through, and the day of the interview, for some reason they just pulled out, and I said I don't even want to interview him no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it felt like disrespectful to me to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? So when they circle back and reached again, I turned it down. I don't even want to talk to him no more. Not that I'm mad at him, but I know he wouldn't have done that at the Breakfast Club. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing I'm saying, is that I don't know if they understand it. For me, I do all organic views. I don't run promo. I don't do marketing. We do all organic, millions and millions of views. You could check it. We just had a $60,000-$70,000 month last month. You see what I'm saying? So you niggas can really check those numbers. on this platform, that play, you can check it. So I'm saying for a nigga in my position to have that kind of reach and still be feeling like, yo, where are the Southern people who are the biggest artists? I just don't feel as I don't feel as though they're handling it in the right ways, brother. And again, it's never the people, it's the platform. Yeah, for sure. No, I don't want to sound like I'm wounded. I'm loving my position, right? I love where I sit at because I can turn a Rob 49 interview down. Think about that. Some people cannot turn that down. They have to. Whenever he called, let's just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I can say, nah, that's all right, man. I'm loaded. I can sit with Don DC Curry and fucking Steve Harvey. I got all kind of people in my Rolodex. You know what I'm saying? Football, basketball, legends, rap legends, new rappers. Everybody hits me up. That's why when someone does something like that, it positions me to say, yo, I'll see him in 18 months. Maybe we can talk then. But you're right. It's shifting my way. Go ahead.
Like, I'm saying you good, but I'm saying the landscape overall is shifting your way. Like rappers right now, they haven't adjusted yet. They gotta go local. They gotta go more local, more regional.
Yes.
And then at the very end, go national when everyone tries to hop on your wave. But right now, like I feel like on a local level, grassroots level, like you, where you getting your views authentic, you know, you interviewing people, you got the audience from the region. They need to fuck with you first.
Yeah. And then here's also the thing, bro. One of my biggest, you gotta think, I'm heavy up top. I'm heavy on the West Coast. Like the West Coast is always in my analytics. And so that's the thing too, is like you go grassroots from a ideology perspective. But when you think about my brand or my reach, it's nationwide. It's just that they're late to the party. You know what I'm saying? They're dealing with these antiquated ways of doing business to where they still thinking that, hey, I'm going to go on these radio stations who have no presence on YouTube, no presence on Patreon. I have paying customers as well. I have a customer base. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a different kind of hustle we're doing, bro. And like you said, the corporations got them in the headlock because they have relationships with their label. It ain't even really the rappers, it's the labels.
But when you just said that the businesses and they're going about it in the old school way, it's like that in most businesses. Because me, out of NYC, I can speak. Most businesses, you wouldn't believe what kind of systems that they're using. They're using systems from the 80s, but they're still making money, but they're doing shit the old way. And it's like the same thing is applied here with the rappers, the way they think about radio, the way they think about local guys, et cetera, et cetera.
You know, that's a whole fact. I remember when I had a job they were still working on the black screen with the green letters. You know, that screen was from the early 80s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they were bringing in buku money. But like you say, they don't find a reason to upgrade that stuff, man. And you know what I'm saying? They late to the party. That's how the market slips right out of their hand. And then when you don't build your relationships with people like us, yo, those bigger platforms don't speak to you on your way down now. They might speak to you on your way up or when you get popping. But when shit go to slowing down, they don't want to holler at you. So now who do you talk to? Now who, right? It's like they not thinking, man. And I think that it's a misstep.
It's catch-22.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's tough because the tech aspect to it too. We can't forget that the new lords of the rap games are the tech niggas.
That's a fact.
They're the ones. They're the ones that control everything.
Yes.
If DMX came out today, he would have to have a tech dude with him.
Yeah, it'll be in his favor.
Come out today with no tech person that's with him.
That even understands it. Yeah. They don't understand numbers. Again, that's what I'm saying. There's somebody in a suit telling them, hey, go to this platform and do this platform. And the publicist is walking them around into these buildings, but it's outdated. It's a lot of outdated shit that's still in the market, bro. And people don't know how to choose and pick and choose where to go. Like I have an active fan base. People who see me, and if they see me next to a rapper that's dropping an album or somebody that they're interested in, they're 100% gonna click it because they know it's gonna be a fire conversation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's not a lot of platforms that have that. And we're just lucky enough to be in that position, man. God has blessed us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And Little Baby was ahead of his time because he was hot at the time he did the interview with you.
Yeah, we did that rollout, man. We go down in history, dude. That was the rollout interview, 237,000 first week.
Facts, man. Yo, Loon, appreciate you, brother.
Man, love, bro. I appreciate the love.
All right.
Bet. I missed a bunch of y'all calls, man. 213-425-1337. Talking about Metro Boomin's album, Futuristic Summa, that just dropped. It did 18,000 first week. You know, we salute the Metro, but I think we're in the right place to have a conversation. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Salute to my people on Patreon. You know what it is with us, man. We winning. We winning. Have y'all listened to any of the album? We're about to move on to this. Adam22 being sued situation in just a second. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't listened to the entire Metro Boomin album. I got kind of halfway through it, and then I just kind of moved on. And you know, we'll see what happens from there. I'm interested in seeing how he positions it. Like I said, man, with 15 artists, and they can't use the fact that, oh, these guys are busy, because some of these dudes they're not busy. And I don't say that disrespectful. It's just like, right, I'm sure they have some open time on their schedule to promote the album. In particular, if Metro puts something together, like, listen, I'm gonna use my market share, I'm gonna use my celebrity status and my equity to put this album out. All I need from y'all is we're gonna do like 2 or 3 weeks of media. We're gonna sit down as a group, you know, as a panel. We're gonna talk about Atlanta, what Atlanta was in the early 2000s, you know, where these songs come from, where this style comes from. We're gonna fuck around and play some music on stream. Even if they went on stream, it's like, play some of the old music, some of the hits though, shit that's gonna hit, like Ain't I. Think about what Young LA shit done. Rich Kids got some shit that's going, right? Go on TikTok, see what's already going, lean into that a little bit, let them know that y'all like this. Well, this is the new version of that. We're tapping into that. Like, there's a way to combine these two things, man. And I just think, you know, pushing that stuff out without that in mind was a mistake. And that's, you know, that's if you're asking me. And you know, my position in the market says that I'm able to speak on it from that standpoint. We also got a G Herbo interview coming up. I hope y'all enjoy that. One of the best ones. He hit me the other day like, bro, out of all the interviews I done ever done, that's probably one of my most favorite ones, bro. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be cool, man. You know what I mean? We live right now. I'm seeing everybody hitting me on the ground. Y'all gotta come here for it. Let's talk about the Wack 100 Adam22 no jumper situation. For people who don't know, we got a call from Atlanta. Let's see who this is. Big Loon is up there podcast. Who is this? Where you calling from?
Yeah, man, it's real still, man.
Calling from where, my brother? What's up, Real Spill? Where you calling from, homie?
From ATL.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Now we got an ATL. Yes, Lord. How you feeling about the Metro Boomin album?
Be honest with you, I haven't even heard it, and I'm kind of not even interested in hearing it for real.
Okay, talk to me.
I know Metro Boomin a dope producer, but far as, I guess, if he ain't attached to Future, it don't reach me.
Right. Now, did any of the narratives, any of the media speaking negatively on it, did that affect you not wanting to hear from it?
No, not at all. I seen some commercials, and those commercials that I saw about it, like just scrolling on the ground, it didn't grab me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't pull me in. You know, like the clips, they little rollout that pulled me in.
Yeah, see, and they sat down and had so many dope conversations, bro. That's one thing about clips. They sat so many different places and really talked that shit. right? And I was like, yo, these dudes, I even took a liking to them after their interviews. I'm like, yo, these dudes is actually like cool guys, you know what I'm saying? But so Tip, go ahead. Yeah, for sure. Did you grow up? What era were you around in that era? Or were you too young for that era
definitely an 80s back.
See, okay. So see, this is what I'm trying to tell people. This is Metro Boomin missing his target audience, which is you. You were there for the era. This album really is for people like you, right? And for some reason, it didn't grab you. Do you think if he done media in the way that Clips done media, would that had helped him?
No, he just needed to drop a song that grabbed my attention.
Damn. I like the song with Schoolie. You know, it's one of the songs I like on there. I ain't gonna lie. I like that song with Schoolie. Schoolie has a voice that I think he hasn't been celebrated in the way that he should, right? I think he's one of those singy, rapping niggas that does it his own way. But he has one on there that I like.
See, I didn't even hear that. Like, that's another thing. Like, I actually listened to the radio, and I haven't heard I didn't even hear the premiere. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody been talking about it.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. We in the South and they didn't show no love to no. You're not gonna hear about it. Everybody like, yo, we ain't. See, that's the thing about this game, man. It's really a one hand watch the other, both watch the face kind of game. These dudes will act like you don't exist if they don't get an interview. I'm just speaking about it because I don't operate that way. But a lot of these niggas will be like, yo, they didn't come sit with me, nigga. We quiet on them niggas. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about it. We ain't uplifting it. We ain't even acknowledging like that shit don't even exist. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I don't know what he missed, how he missed the mark, because you're his target audience coming from Atlanta. That's interesting to me.
Well, I was born and raised, but you know, we Midwest and we get everything.
Right.
So, but I've been a fan of the South since a kid, growing up 8-ball MJG. But,
yeah.
But where he missed the mark at is he didn't come holler at you. He didn't, and that would have really got me to listen to him.
Right. Yeah, I would have definitely helped.
I wasn't even a fan of what's my boy name from CMG?
Big Boogie. Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of him until y'all had that interview. I was like, I'm gonna check homeboy out because you don't be in the mess.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's no headlines, that's what the radio station, that's what Charlemagne want to talk about. They want to talk about the stuff that hit the headlines. They want to, you know, dig off into your issues.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, you want to dig off into the brutality.
Yes.
And that's where we, as intellectual audience, attract more to your platform than any of the other ones, because that is to entertain. Yours is to actually get something from.
That's a fact. And I appreciate you recognizing that, because it's easier to do the messy shit, but I intentionally try to go the other way. Now, here's also a fun fact that I don't know a lot of people know. When Big Boogie did come on here, that's his highest interview out of anywhere ever. Think about that. And it's only been out maybe 7-8 months or something. When it first came out, it shot past every interview he had ever done on any platform. That's radio, anywhere he's ever been. It shot past everything, because again, that's my audience, bro. And once it catches and people are under the comments and they tell him, nah, this is a good conversation, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker go every single time, bro. And so I appreciate that.
With the music attached to it, that draw everybody in. Now, with Metro Boomin in this situation, he just wasn't in the front of it. I don't think. I just didn't see him in front of it.
Yeah.
I saw one commercial, and it didn't seem like, I didn't even care to click the sound button on. You know what I'm saying? Because of how it was captioned.
Right.
I was like, I don't know about that. I thought it was something old.
You know, but what he also did, I seen him to try to make a strategic move. I don't know if you've been paying attention to TikTok, where the homeboy Scam Likely has now started dressing up like an alien. So he tried to tap into that, right? He started running around with the alien guy because he doing 200,000 likes on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So he started putting him beside him because it makes sense, right? He's doing futuristic summer, and he got the alien dude. I'm talking about he dressed up in a gray alien hat or suit and everything. He looked like a real fucking alien, bro. And so I just don't think it was organic enough for people to associate the two. I think it helped I think it helped the alien character that dude is playing, but I don't think it helped the album at all. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Would you consider that marketing a gimmick?
Yeah, that's a gimmick. Yeah, that's definitely a gimmick.
The era we come from, we don't tune in to gimmicks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It got to be authentic.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Now you're right. You're 100% right. I just saw them make that move in the 24th hour where he was at the listening party. He started to be, wherever they was at, they had the little dude looking like an alien with him. And, I think it appeals to the TikTok audience and to the internet people, the young people. But I don't think they associate his album with that. So I don't think it even worked in a way that maybe he thought, or maybe he's doing something harmless. He's not even studying marketing the project, but you don't waste money in that way. He's the producer. So I think he feels like my overhead is low, but he had an opportunity to really help those artists, maybe even break one of those artists. Cause there's another young lady on there. I don't know if you're familiar with the girls that do that little dance. I'm talking about in it. I don't know what Pluto and YK Niece. Yeah. So they have some kind of issue they're going through, right? And so he I think the Pluto girl got signed, and according to online, she took the other girl off the song. Now, the other girl is on the Metro album. So she was on the brinks of like damn near breaking. He could have broke artists and rejuvenated artists if he handled that right. He just, if you ask me, missed an opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me. Yeah. Someone in the comments said he should have dropped a single. I think that's more so what you were saying too. Like if he would have dropped a song that kind of got you, that, you know what I'm saying, it would have did better.
We'd have gravitated more to it organically.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to the last minute throw a gimmick at us. And that seemed more of a panic move. Like, oh, it's not doing the numbers. You got to do something.
Right.
It's not projecting what we thought it was going to project. So this, they came up with some, and they trying to sell us some shit that a shit sandwich.
Yeah. So are you gonna check it out, or you ain't fucking with it?
On the strength of you, I'm gonna give it a listen. I've been more so. I listen to a different genre of hip hop that's coming around. It's bubbling under the underground.
What is it?
Pimp hop.
Pimp hop.
Pimp.
Okay.
Yeah,
Talk to me about that.
Where you got Rollo the Pimp, you got Silky Slim, you got Mac Rooster, and those guys. My first time listening to a whole record of theirs, I didn't hear not one man die. I didn't hear one gun brandishing. I heard all about being a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Standing on your principles, handling your business, health. You understand what I'm saying? But it's so catchy and it's so revering to your spirit, because when you listening to it, you're recognizing everything you need to correct about yourself, or you start to acknowledge things that you are doing with yourself. And I must be, it's more affirmation and confirmation of what you're doing with your life in a positive way.
Right.
But the only thing is, when people hear that pimp word, it's scary.
Yeah. It's toxic. Yeah. Radioactive word.
It is. But it's not, because all he doing is telling her the truth and giving her the option to deal with it or don't.
I think I'm gonna try. I'm gonna check that out when I get off stream today. I'm gonna check some of them dudes out. You said Mac Rooster. I think I've heard of him before.
Yeah, he out of Dallas. Mac Rooster, Rollo the Pimp, and Silky Slim.
Bet I'm gonna check some of them out, man, for sure.
I've been rocking with them. They real talented guys, man. They dropping some, and it's not a bunch of killing in it. And that's what got me listening to. I don't want to hear about nobody, 30s and switches off. That's the wrong spirit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because words is black magic. And also I think a lot of them niggas be lying. So they'll tell you trap or die, and then they'll send their kids to high school or college.
Well,
you know what I mean? So
the same person telling you that be in high school and college.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
None of them that life don't want to be in a lifestyle like that. The way I see it, long, and just to be honest with you, if these guys that's out here in that, man, survive. You know what I'm saying? Survive the best way you can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's for the guys that's in that shit, living it day in, day out, and they don't see but find a way out of it.
Yeah.
Don't get sucked into it to where, you miss out on life, because, I understand it's going on. So we can't act like it's not a reality, but it's a way you gotta survive.
Right. You gotta renew your mentality, man. Like you say, if you in it, the objective is to get out of it, to check out of the game, to retire from the game. A lot of these dudes will be 60 years old, still dressing 20, still trying to, like, bro, it just, y'all niggas stuck. You know what I'm saying? Man, and sometimes that shit is, it's embarrassing.
With a bag full of medicine, still trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
talking my own crib. Nigga, you got your legs and shit hurting. Nigga talking about own crib. Nigga, you don't sit your motherfucking ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You should be some on God with you.
Right. Yeah. You supposed to be on God at this point. Inshallah. Yeah.
Somewhere to the promised land, because all that is for the young. We gotta, some of us don't grow up mentally, and it's nothing wrong with having a youthful spirit and a youthful mind, but you gotta, as an adult, you gotta know what's, you gotta be responsible.
Exactly. Yeah. Now some of us get stuck, man, and I hate that. Like, even when I be saying, like, when I go to the neighborhood and be an old nigga, hat to the back, he 54, ain't have, he still holding on to the braids and shit. I'm saying, man, this shit here, man, I just pray to God, like, bro, please, bro, let that shit go, bro. Go on, renew your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Go on, renew yourself, nigga. It's all good. Let it go. You know what I mean? And that's why I tell people that, all that street nigga talk, that's for the dumb boys. You know what I'm saying? That's for the dummies. We scholars. We came from a place, but we left that place, it all intact too, without a stain on us. And that's how we celebrate. We don't celebrate standing in the middle of the war. You know what I mean? You celebrate when the war is over, and some of these niggas is still in the war, and it been over. You're an old man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no business fighting that war no more.
Unc there for a reason, though. Mm-hmm. We love Unc there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He ain't supposed to be there, but he's definitely there for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know what his reason is.
What? Because he's in the close proximity. All the young folks love him. You see what I'm saying? So, not saying he he got wisdom because he's that age. Now, you can learn something from a dummy.
And that's a fact.
So, at some point, maybe something he's there to say something to you. One of them young dudes, keep him from crashing or teaching them how to do something different. Because he's the example of what not to be. What you don't want to grow up to be. This is the real life example of the person you don't want to grow up.
Yeah, but sometimes them niggas take advantage of their old age, right? Which I'm saying is they'll lead you right into the coffin, and you'll listen to them because they are older. You'll be like, oh, he got wisdom, and he'll tell you, man, you don't never let no shit like that slide. And then here you are finding yourself getting in the car with a shiesty mask on because the old nigga in the hood said, man, we ride when niggas violate like that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes all niggas know how to do is to lead a nigga to hell or jail. They don't know how to do nothing else because they stuck right there. They need pulling out the water. They ain't got no business telling other niggas to go to the deep end. And a lot of times that's all they can do is send a young nigga who respect the fact that they old and they been cripping or in blood or in this gang all their life. They respect that. So they'll let them send them on a dummy mission. And you'll sacrifice this young boy life. So I tend to tell them, if a nigga stuck somewhere, man, don't listen to him. Respect him and get from him what you can get from him. But have some discernment. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him just lead you into the deep end.
Right. But see, you absolutely correct about that. It is those older gentlemen out there that will give a man some bad advice simply because of how they feel about him and how much of a threat that youngster is to them.
Yes.
And sustaining whatever they have going on, because this is a young man's sport.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how old you is, but I know you come from the same shit I come from. We in the middle. Like we can connect with both.
Exactly.
Right? We kind of you know what I'm saying? So we could connect with them and we ain't gonna tell them nothing wrong.
Nah.
So we can run an interference on that old nigga that's telling them the wrong shit just to try to get them out the way.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And they can respect us because we ain't there by force. You got to remember, we started this with being stuck there. That's the danger, right? I'm coming back to tell you the way out. I'm like Harriet Tubman. You understand me? I done got a few niggas. I run back to, hey, here go the way. I ain't the nigga that's stuck there. He the dangerous man because he don't have no future, nothing that he really looking forward to. I've worked all my life to climb this mountain, and I ain't gonna let nobody make me jump off the ledge and get back down here in that bullshit. You know what I mean?
You know what I hear a lot of guys our age, I hear them say, I can't talk to these young niggas. These young niggas, they don't listen. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. You gotta be presentable. You gotta look like something. You gotta pull up with that bitch they like. Excuse my language.
Yes,
you
Lord.
Gotta pull up with that girl, like that car they like. You gotta dress in the clothes that they see. You know, you gotta be presentable. You gotta look the part.
For sure.
Be the part.
For sure.
For somebody for you to grab that attention and then listen to you, but don't preach to them. You know, ease the way in there.
And then you'll be surprised, bro, that these young niggas be watching and they want to hear from a nigga with some game because a lot of them ain't had no guidance. Even when you was looking at the Young and Ace interview with $1 million worth of game, he told them like, bro, I used to look at y'all like, bro, I want to talk to them. I ain't never had no guidance. These young niggas who wilding out and shit, they be looking at us. The old niggas or the older niggas that got it together and still riding Maybach and got the jewelry and looking good and the bad women and the big houses. They looking like, bro, I want to get there. I don't want to crash like my counterparts. You know what I'm saying? That's why Wallow was tired in that interview, so he wasn't able to pull in the Young and Ace a lot. But yeah, nah, they watching, bro.
Listen, man, people forget they forget that they were young too. I remember when I was that age and I was looking at the older nigga pulling up in the Winnebago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was a house on wheels back in 85, 86.
Yeah.
That man pulled up in the whole house on wheels. So yeah, he got our attention. He got my attention then, and it was the Benz, is the everything that was fashionable, trendy back then coming up. I wanted to be in contact with them. I wanted to talk to them. I wanted, you know what I'm saying, some game from them, some understanding. But as this age now, niggas this age, they forgot how they was back then, so they don't remember how to, navigate that.
Yeah, they don't remember the combination to the lock. And that's what I tell my kids sometimes, be like, bro, please don't try to run that game on me. I brought that little game to town. I'm the nigga who started that. So that don't work on me, man. Like, they try to run a little game on me that they figuring out because they getting older. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, man, I can see through that. I remember when I was your age and I would say that, but it meant this. Or I would go this way and really be doing this. So I asked pertinent questions that cut through the noise. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember.
Yeah, you can't run the game I made up.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man.
See, they they understand that you can see them coming, they'll respect you a little bit more and a lot more, and they'll come to you with the shit first.
Yeah.
Before they just jump out there and try to sneak and do it. They be like, look, you know, that's the avenue that's mentioned, is communication.
Exactly.
If you could find a way to communicate without the disrespect and understand how to actually receive what somebody's telling you and understand it, and then respond.
Right.
But a lot of people, they just, you know, they get offended and they throw out, you know, they want to slander you, or they want to argue, they want to be argumentative, or they, you know, people just don't know how to communicate.
Yeah, no, it's a lost art, man. And I think also, you know, as we move further and further into this new age, bro, like the art of communication is going to be so important, because people are going to get tired of being online. They're going to get tired of all this tech and all. I think it's going to hit a hard reset soon, because it's overwhelming, man. I think people going to want to hear real conversations again. Fuck all that messy shit. Fuck all that, man. I want to hear some game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already headed there. But I think sooner than later, there's going to be a hard reset as to, you know, what people interests lie. You know what I mean? I do think that.
It's a lot of people out here that want to be accepted, and they want to belong to something. Then that whatever that it is that's accepting them online, end up turning on them, and then it hurt them. And that's where the hard reset comes in. When enough of those go through that, then it's gonna be the hard reset. Nobody want to be entertained or want to latch on to, you know, these you know, panels or these platforms that eventually turn. But it's gonna take a while, I think, 'cause a lot of people that still feel like they need to be invested or invest their time into that crowd. So it's gonna take some time, but I believe it's a hard reset gonna come.
Yeah, even with me, bro, like I think in this, you know, sometimes I sit back and I'm like, bro, because I have sides of me that don't get any opportunity to shine on my platforms. Like, you never really seen me be funny or laugh or joke around. It's because I know that ain't nobody else putting nothing on the ground for the hungry hound. You see what I'm saying? So I got to be the person. I don't never, but sometimes I'm hard on myself, because I'm like, bro, I want to fuck around with what Drewski and them be doing, or, you know what I'm saying? I like some of that funny shit that niggas is doing, having a good time. But right now just ain't the time, bro. It ain't nobody else giving no game. I got to keep giving the game. You know what I mean? It's just hard on me, but I got to do it.
You know what it really is. If you realize that this joke, joke out here for real. You know, because just listening to you, I know when you know this life ain't no joke.
Hell
and
no.
You ain't got time. You letting them know, like, hey man, that's funny. You know, it's funny. But real life is all day, every day. You know, this is serious.
Super serious.
When you climbing up the ladder, when you start, you know, seeing more and doing more, it start getting tricky.
For sure.
And you got to be on point.
For sure. You sure right.
Because these people out here, they'll laugh you in the grave.
They'll
laugh you in the bankruptcy.
Yeah, just like Dirk, they'll tell you to slide for Vaughn, all in your comments. It'd be hard to escape that. Like, me and Herbo talked about that. I'm like, bro, guard yourself. It's black magic. These young niggas will be on in your comments trying to, slide for Vaughn, man. I'm a multi-millionaire. Like, I'm in this situation. God done blessed me and positioned me to, man, come on, man. Y'all gonna keep doing that, but they want to see you crash. Do you understand me? They want to see your fuck ass crash, man. And it's hard on young niggas, man, because your brain is, you ain't used to all that. And your brain is not in a position to be able to ignore that if you ain't reading books. You got to read shit, bro, to strengthen your fucking capabilities. You know, upgrade your software, man. You know what I mean? Because if not, bro, all that slide for Vaughn had you putting a hit on a nigga in real life, man. Know what I mean? For real.
You know what, Lone? A lot of those comments when you speaking for a dirt, a lot of those comments. You know how many police agencies it is in America?
Right.
Like you could have 10,000 people in the chat, and it's 9,000 of them police officers.
Yeah.
And all of them saying slide blind because they want to lock you up.
Yeah.
That's like right now. You think last time I looked, you had like 500 in the chat.
Yeah.
In my mind, 400 of them the police. So I'm gonna watch what I do.
Yeah.
Not acknowledge out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got to a mental space where I understand it's not a lot of us. We are the minority. You understand what I'm saying? The people from our lifestyle they done gave people like Flacco, academics. These folks got an opinion and that don't matter.
Yeah.
Their opinion never matter to me. I don't even see how people get any say so. Like you don't have no say, bro.
Nah, not on no gangster shit or no street shit or understanding the inner city. A lot of them dudes was imported over here too. They ain't even grow up playing kickball and grill outs, and they really don't know what it's like, right? They black men, all due respect to them, but there's a different walk of life, and it calls for a different handbook. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't put together a bike the same way you put together a grill. Right. So the handbook I got is the handbook for the niggas coming from the inner city that want to make some of themselves. You know what I mean? Maybe they got the handbook of the niggas that's been imported, right? Or this, came over here and got their citizenship, went to college, things like that. But yo, man, there's a way to do everything, but you can't do anything the same way.
No, you can't. And then seeing that what's going on in there, so you will never be able to understand it.
Right.
We're not telling everybody we're not even informing. Like my brother wasn't no street person, so I ain't talking to him nothing street.
Right.
What I'm talking to him for? He don't know nothing.
Yeah. I ain't got no business doing it.
And he already know, even if he's around and know to something or get a glimpse of it, he can't come to me and talk like he knows something.
Right. Yeah, I ain't validating it. I ain't stamping it. You know what I mean? It ain't stamped.
And that's the biggest problem. Like it's the majority is words are getting stamped. You know what I'm saying? By being recognized.
Because they have a following. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then sometimes you'll see street dudes or dudes that come from the inner city bow down to dudes just because they got a platform or a following. You know what I'm saying? Even though they know that, man, you really don't understand me, but you got a platform. I got to bow down to what you're saying just because you influential. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, you don't. You don't. But you will see them do that.
Yeah, you will. And that make us look weak.
Right.
Right? Because now you see, the one certified person that we praising over here bowing down to some or acknowledging the words of somebody that don't mean nothing to us. Fact. You know what I'm saying? Now he's being questioned and answering to and explaining to this person. Now it weakens us.
Right.
And all in reality, you never had to go deal with this dude at all.
For sure. Nah, that's a fact. Nah, that's a whole fact. That is a whole fact, man. We're gonna get to this no jumper being sued, man. Any last words about the Metro Boomin thing?
Oh no, man. I'm gonna check it out because you said something.
Nah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Then when we go back live, just call in, let me know what you thought about it. We're gonna move on to this no jumper being sued, man. I appreciate the love, my brother.
All right, man. Keep up the good work, man.
I will. Thank you so much, brother. All right, for people who don't know, man, no jumper is now being brought up in a lawsuit. For if you're unaware, there was a infamous brawl outside of no jumper between Loose Cannon and a gentleman. I think his name was anybody got his name in the chat? What was that nigga name, man? J Rock or some shit like that. What was this nigga name? Anybody in the chat got the guy name? I want to pull his interview up. Hold on. I know. They sent it to me. Hold on. But yeah, man. No Jumper is being sued, man. And I'm gonna tell you. Okay, here it is. Jay Reed. All right, so he was beat the shit. They beat the shit out of Jay Reed. You hear me? Jay Reed was in a situation where he went up to No Jumper, met with Loose Cannon, all of a sudden Loose Cannon fired on him. Now, again, I don't want to say too much, but me and Wack had a conversation about this on part 2 of the Wack 100 interview. And so I want y'all to know that it's coming, and it's gonna be like, I'm like, you know how I do. So it's one of them. But let's take a look at this Jay Reed interview shortly after they beat the dog shit out of him up at No Jumper. Pay attention.
That we've seen online, or was you guys met in the parking lot or wherever you guys was met at? Tell us what happened, or what. Tell us, because the people want to know. This ain't something that I want to know. The people
check it out, right? What make it so crazy is
now I can't show the actual meeting, of course, because
I get the call from Cam. We supposed to be at No Jump on at 4:30.
This is the guy that got beat up. I think he got the glasses on. One of his eyes fat. He has now filed a lawsuit and a police report.
I'm getting
We'll get to the implications of that.
Are you there? Are you there? So I'm like, man, I'll be there in a second. You know what I mean? I'm coming from a different area. So as I'm saying that, I'm telling you, we get there, we pull up. I'm actually be there. I'm actually wait outside for a second. I guess the show was over. So I introduced myself to Adam. As Jay Reed. Came back to me. We shook hands. We sat right there and our video recorded. Adam know who I am. I'm trying to understand how we in this situation. Well, I'm going to get to that in a second. But let me go ahead and say this, man. I walked into the building. You see what I'm saying? Because for a second, I'm outside, but I'm thinking, man, this is my boy right here. Why do I need to be outside? Let me go up inside and introduce myself. You know, to make sure everybody up in there is straight. As I'm coming in, man, I see Loose. I see Wack right in front of me. But at the same time, I do see 15 gentlemen there. It don't throw me off because as a black man, I'm not scared. I walk in because I'm handling business. There's no reason for me to be a threat to anybody. As you can see, I don't have nothing on me. I'm not armed up. It's just me and my partner who also do things for the community. This man is right here is an advocate for where he come from. This man did several moons, you understand, under that calendar. That man is a leader in his community. He's out there reaching out to others, and he don't do nothing but preach positive up in there. So that's why I brought that gentleman around, so they can show that. I mean, for anybody that see how I move around, man, I do those things to throw no threat. So we walk in the building, I meet Loose Cannon, I shake his hand, and I see Wack right there. And as we conversing, you know, they just decided to say, let's go outside. I don't know for what reason. I thought it was just me and Wack at the time going to be walking out, you know, because we had some business to attend to when it came to Dash Network. So we get to walking outside as we speaking, you know, as I get to speaking, you know, I'm looking at Loose Cannon because I'm trying to figure out, you know, what's the motive of me being in this situation. So Loose Cannon gets to talking about the spreadsheet that they wanted to see from Mozzie about the Dash Network. Now, this is something we've been going back and forth about for the last few months. And, you know, this is me trying to learn how to get up into the network game as opposed to me dealing with the music game. You know, so I'm learning about the subscribers. So we were stuck on the issue about 80,000 subscribers that Dash Network has. So it was an issue. It was a situation upon seeing the spreadsheet. Now, we wanted to see the spreadsheet because we wanted to see how these 80K followers are still there on this site. Now, me bringing the situation of hand, I'm the front runner. I'm the connection. So I don't feel no type of way about me being there because this is business. So as me and Luce begin to speak, he says, hey, Jay Reed, see, this is where we have a situation where we need to see the spreadsheet for the network. As he began to say that, he calls Wack over there, and Wack begins to speak. Wack gets to showing me like, hey, man, you know, this is not what we're asking for. We need to go ahead and get that out.
So let's just so y'all know, this is what the boy told the police too. Yeah, now don't think he just said this to the internet. Nigga, I think this, matter of fact, I think he had already had the police report in by this time. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And as I get to looking, man, it just and Rock, when I tell you this, man, it throws me all off guard because I wasn't aware at all. Next thing you know, I'm getting punched up in the face, and it just goes crazy at that point, as y'all can see. Just totally threw me off guard, man, because I'm thinking in my head, this is my brother.
Look up.
Oh, man. He thinking in his head.
This somebody I talk to and I converse with weekly. Hit him with the top of the AM, and if anybody know me, I hit everybody the same way. Top of the AM, he hits back. Grand Rising, King. He do the same thing. We go back. We got love for each other. At this point, I'm thinking. So that's why I'm threw off. I'm not throwing no punches, my hands in my pocket. And you know what gets me is that, you know, they play all day in this situation. They got this, they got this white situation, this white man that's going around and calling them B words and playing with their oodles and noodles and stuff like that. And, you know, ain't nothing happening to them.
Wait. You're not going to just pat. What is oodles or noodles? People out there don't know what oodles, noodles. What is oodles and noodles?
Man, I'm talking about playing with the ones and twos, man. I'm talking about, I guess we talking about your Peter, your butter. I don't know what nobody, but we don't play games like that. So we don't do the sex play games. And anybody that's into that, all fine with me, man. Just go ahead and do your thing. But what I'm saying is, you know, as we Africans and brothers, man, I would think that, man, you know, we would have had a lot more compassion, knowing the things that I do in the community. I'm not here to cause no ruckus. I don't want to be on nobody's front page. But since we here, you know, I got to get this out because it's more important to me that
You're gonna be ready to tell you why he told him, man. He just
for my family. You know what I mean? For my kids to wake up and my mom see this, and you know, my family members seeing this, you know, it's tragic. It's a tragedy. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to wake up and be viral for this type of mess. And unfortunately, it happened at No Jumper. And that's the thing that get me, because I'm trying to think like, man, where's the safety that come in at it? You know, people probably wondering like what happens next. Hey, all I can say is this, man. You know, you got to stay tuned because I've been told not to talk about certain situations. And, you know, that's just from a legal perspective. Maybe, you know, maybe I shouldn't do. Maybe, you know, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what, you know, these type of things just can't be allowed, man. I was looking for a little bit more help. You know what I mean? A little bit, you know, more safety when it comes around there, man. You know, I'm just confused of how I even went down, Rock.
Not to cut you off, I want to ask you this. In the midst of all this happened, you did say that Adam was there, right?
Man, I shook Adam's hand as he's walking out the door. Correct.
As he's walking out the door, is he leaving or is he there as this going on? Because this is what I want to know. Was this after hours? Because it seemed like you guys was out there. You know, it seemed like it was late, like it was after hours. I don't know what time they closed up there, but was security there? So you basically saying that when you got into this altercation, you got no help from the security. Is that correct?
That's what I'm saying.
All right. So if you notice, he implies that Adam22 was there. Now, after all of this happened, I'm gonna try to fast track it a little bit. We're gonna come back to the J. Reed conversation. After all this happened, the boy Loose Cannon got picked up by the feds along with Brick Baby, Big U. Of course, a lot of people out there on the West Coast were involved with a situation where the federal government picked them dudes up. Now, so what we gonna do now is show what Loose Cannon called in to No Jumper yesterday. Because what he's saying is happening is Wack is trying to get from around being involved, right? So now they're allowing him to use No Jumper. They're allowing Loose Cannon to use No Jumper, which is a place where Wack 100 work at, to now imply that Wack was involved in something that could probably send him fed. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Hold on. Hold what you got. Here's Loose Cannon calling in a No Jumper yesterday.
Yeah, that's what y'all got going on.
Man, long time no here, man. We doing the news, and you know you've been buzzing all over the internet, and I just surprised to get a phone call from you. So what's the word? What's going on? How you been?
Man, I've been good, but man, it's a lot of goofy stuff going on. Why people are trying to act like they don't know what happened and what was going on with this?
I'm just hearing, I'm just spectating and watching how everybody else watching. I just seen
what that mean though, Luce.
I seen the video that you dropped today, and we just reacted to it.
Yeah, let me put it this way, right? That police report, everybody is acting like it's brand new. That police report been out for months. You get what I'm saying? So it's no charges, no nothing. So while people is out here cloud chasing and stuff like that, Bubble Butt knows exactly what was his part into the situation. He knew that Jay Reed was coming up there for him. You get what I'm saying? But he just too scared to stand on his word and say what really happened. Maybe he need the no jumper job. So be it. But just say that.
So again, what you're seeing is this dude is in jail. So what I think he's trying to do is I'm gonna get Wack in trouble.
Yeah, it's been a whole lot because I've been hearing.
It feel like that's what he's trying to say. Yo, we're gonna get Wack in trouble. Fuck that. I'm already in jail. I'm
You know, your side, Wack side, Adam's side. There's a whole bunch going on. You know, the media, everybody's covering it, talking about it and stuff. So
Yeah, no, but you have to think about it is, right? Adam don't have nothing to do with this situation at all. Right? Let's get that understood. And then second of all, Wack orchestrated everything. So if Wack knows that the nigga Jay Reed was coming in there to talk about business with Dosh, why is he not just saying that? He could just say that, and then Jay Reed got the pop in it. He said it at first, but now he's changing his.
This call is from
But
a
Wack
federal
did say
prison.
that though. Wack did.
He's changing it soon. He's changing it soon because a police report that's been out for months. He's acting like it just came out.
I see. Okay, so I'm about to show y'all something. You see what this nigga Lush just said, right? This dude on the all the way on the left name is Lush with the black hat on. Pay attention to this part; it's very important.
He's changing it soon. He's changing it soon because a police report that's been out for months. He's acting like it just came out. You need to stop lying.
Lush said Wack did say that.
Wack did say that it was that he came to discuss Dosh business and he was supposed to meet with y'all, and that was the whole point, right? Like,
Now, why would this nigga say that? You know that this nigga Wack is trying to discredit what's going on, bro. You got him in a police report while you know the feds is in LA trying to arrest motherfuckers. Why would this dude then get on there and say, no, Wack did say he was coming to meet y'all? Now, so I was wondering why the fuck Wack went off on this dude. Now pay attention to this part. This is why Wack done this. And I was wondering, man, Wack went off on dude. I was wondering what was that about? Pay attention though. Watch this.
Where he at, bro?
He right here. He can hear you.
Hey, yo, Lux, why you keep speaking out of turn on here, bro? Like
what did I do?
Beat your ass, homie.
What did I do?
Stop saying my name on live.
Right now, hold on. Wack calling in. We locked.
Yeah, what that nigga is? Where he at, bro?
He right here. He can hear you.
Hey, yo, Lux, why you keep speaking out of turn on here, bro? Like a nigga
What did I do?
Beat your ass, homie.
What did I do?
Stop saying my name on live, bro.
What did I?
You get fucked up, nigga.
What did I say?
Talking about I told you Jay Reed was coming to meet me at
No,
jumper,
that's not.
Bitch ass nigga.
That's not what I said. Why are you? Don't let
Nigga, I
the.
just heard
Don't
you
let
say
the.
that. Nigga, I just
No,
started talking to
no.
you 2 months ago.
No. I said no.
He did just say that, but he's saying he didn't say it. But we just heard him say that. Like he's just said that Wack said that he was coming up to here to meet y'all, for Dosh business or some shit. Y'all is the fucked up term because Wack is saying, I didn't come meet dude that got his ass whooped. Keep me away from that. I don't even know that nigga. And then Lush is saying he did come to meet y'all. Man, you ain't supposed to be saying that from inside the building. And them even letting Loose Cannon call up there for me is way too motherfucking much.
No, that's not what I said.
Look, listen, bro. Stop playing with my name.
That's not what I was saying, Wack.
But nigga, what you saying then, nigga?
No, and I said, look, I said that's the narrative for a while. I never said Wack knew.
You said Wack.
Out of context.
You kind of, I think you did say that.
Is that what I said?
You did.
Yeah. You said that's what.
And that's what. And then Luce asked me what
I said.
That what time he gonna be there? That tell you who was Wack not communicating with.
Loose.
Okay, so why is Loose coming to No Jumper that day?
he was supposed to drop off. I heard you say he was supposed to drop off a cake.
Here it comes. Why?
He was supposed to drop off a cake or something, right?
Nah, nigga.
Christmas present.
Oh, a Christmas gift or.
Hey, is Aunt Hefe in there?
Yeah, we all in me and Hefe, Jaleesa and Love.
Check your text. I'm gonna show you why he came to no jumper that day.
Oh,
Man, hey, Lee, see one thing about Wack is I've been playing with snakes all my life. I can a rib. Every move he thought he was trying to say, they ain't with me, because my people is with me. Right? You know my people the same people. I look at Loose. Hey, Loose, you got 15 up here. My people looking at loose people. Really? Like, who is these? You got some outside? Adam say some outside. He said, let me go see it in the report. He went out there. I said, let's shut the building down. It's over with. When we walked out, he called me to the back. When I get to the back, he said, Wack, what's the numbers on the shows and wooty-woo. I said, let me go on my phone and check. Jay Reed said in the police report. When I went to go to my phone, they start talking their little old talk. Right? But bro, this is where I'm at with it. I heard what I heard, and I heard a smack. I stepped back. That's crip business.
Yo, when I tell you we got into this on the other one, we went back and forth, me and Wack, about
the corner.
Actual. Now, here's the interesting part. You hear Wack call in to kind of get at Lush about that. Now, let's go back to what he was saying, what the Jay Reed guy was saying took place.
I'm not trying to say what was Adam there. I'm gonna tell you right now. After I done got hit, man, I don't know who was there. You know, I just know at that point in time, it's about making sure I get home to my kids, man. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a tough guy. I never played to be, but I just do know in those type of situations because I didn't even know if the people that was behind them was security. So you see what I'm saying? So I'm really oblivious to the whole situation. When I'm telling you I walked into a lion's den and didn't know I was about to get ate like that, man, it was a cold situation. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't wish that up on nobody. And the thing about, you know, I want to get this straight. And I want to say this with much respect. Understand what I'm saying?
I want to know from y'all in the chat, do you guys think he's gonna win the lawsuit? And if so, how much do you think he's gonna get?
Don't know Harry O, bro. Please do not tie me to that or any situation that has gone. I do not know Harry O respectfully. All respect to that man. All respect to that man. What he's been through. I don't know that man from a can of paint. I'm gonna just be real with you.
Yeah, because there was allegations that you guys are a part of Harry O's security team. I seen that online as well.
Right.
Now,
wait, hold on. Right. Security team.
Yeah, they say that.
Man, have you seen how tall I am, right?
Right.
Come on, man. Yeah. Man, I'm 5'7", man. I weigh about $160.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted, man. Look, I can't go with that narrative.
Okay. So who was your friend, man? Tell us more about this guy. They say he's a preacher. And also I heard you guys got stripped down naked out there. So I don't know if that's true. So you let us know, man. The people want to know what's going on, man.
Unfortunately, man, I'm gonna just say it like this. The gentleman I was with is an older gentleman of mine, is a mentor, somebody I look up to. He's out there in the IE area. He's does a lot in the community. What he does, he mentors to the youth. Somebody that I looked up to. You know what I mean? I thought it would be a good asset to bring around. You know what I mean? For good situations, good talking. You know what I mean? To not even play a part in the politics and game stuff like that. He could bring, like I try to tell people, the IE is the biggest county in the world. You know what I mean? For people that don't know, when it comes to this business in this game, dealing with music, man, we talking about a place that's untouched. So when I try to reach my hand out, I try to reach my hand out and give love in that respect all kind of ways. So that's why he was here with me. He wasn't here, and he was actually there just to look how I converse and how I do business. He wasn't there for no other than the sort. And unfortunately, dealing with that situation, man, I didn't see the video all that well, but I've heard just what you heard. And, it was a terrible situation on that. Did I get stripped? I think they took out my jacket and my, the jewelry and stuff like that, things that could be replaced. I'm not, even when we talking about him in that situation, man, all those things could be replaced. You know what I mean? One thing you can't replace is a person's life. You know what I mean? And that situation right there was one of those that many people do not make it out of. Let me say that clear. Being in California, being in Los Angeles, gang capital of the world, at a place where, is known as they say, no jumper. Man, that's crazy as that title say, huh? No jumper, huh? Them niggas got the jumping, huh?
Right.
I'm just saying, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, I couldn't imagine being in the situation, and I know everybody, man. I know all you guys, man, and I couldn't believe what I seen on the internet for one. And it looked like when all this was happening, it seemed like Wack backed up from the situation, like he didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
You know, man, growing up in the streets, I've never heard of something happening like that and don't nobody know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're somebody, as we call the head. You know, if I take somebody out with me, man, I got to be in control of those men that's right there. You know what I'm saying? I can't allow nobody to jeopardize not my situation, but not only them, harm somebody or that's with them. So,
yo, my internet is messing up. Hold on, I got to come back on. So y'all give me a second.